So it's Paul Boschman here, and today I want to talk about the client attraction system. What this is a system that can take your ad spend and in 48 hours, 6x to 10x your investment. So if you spend $100, you can get a return of $1,000 in 48 hours, which is a very, very powerful system for professionals and experts. And that's who this is for. If you're a professional, an expert in your field, if you have a proof of concept around what you do that you know works, then we have a funnel here that we can create for you that will get you this 6x to 10x return on your ad spend. So how does this work? So it starts off by focusing on a single person with a single problem with one offer. Okay, you're not making 1,000 offers. We're not doing a tripwire offer. We are fishing for whales. So a lot of times you're taught in the world of internet marketing that you need to have a tripwire, a low price offer to get people into your funnel. This is not correct because if you give bait to catch a minnow, you'll catch lots of minnows. There may be an occasional whale that somehow fumbles into that, but most of the time it's going to be minnows. So we want to have bait that catches whales with a high value offer. This is really critical to understand this. And this is why defining your ideal client, having a profile of that person, their demographics, psychographics, what is their problem, and how is your solution going to help them. Very, very critical. First step. So the next step is what we call the hook. So the hook is used, that term is used in copywriting a lot, having a great headline and copy behind that. But in this case, it's a very specific use of that term. And what I mean by hook, I mean a results in advanced solution for your prospects. So my hook is 6x to 10x your investment in 48 hours. Your hook might be get 10 ideal clients in the next 60 days. Whatever that hook is, it has to be a results in advanced solution for your prospects. It's critical to understand. You want to test many different types of hooks here, but we want to figure out a hook that gets 20% opt-in at this point in the funnel. This is all a sequential funnel, so one step follows the next. The next part of the funnel is a stack, and this is where we start to build positioning for you. So it's very important to have a proof of concept I mentioned, and during this stack you'll show that proof of concept through a series of emails, through video sales funnels, and especially through automated webinars. During the webinar, you will be able to present yourself as an expert by teaching what you know and also showing some case studies and testimonials about people that have succeeded doing what you do. I work with a group of people that have implemented this system, and every one of them makes six figures every single month using this simple funnel by establishing this stack. It's very important to do that. We want to have at least 50% of the people that opt into your hook watch your webinar, and then a percentage of them that will go to the next step. The next step we call the screen, and this is where we ask them to fill out an application. Now they also book a strategy call with you, okay? But once they book the strategy call, we ask them to fill out an application. The purpose of this is to disqualify those people that will not be a good fit for you. So you don't want to spend all your time. It's very unproductive to have a lot of time with people that are not qualified, can't afford your offering, or would be disruptive, or just not a good fit to work with you. You want to have only people qualified. So we ask a series of questions in this screening process to make sure people are a good fit. And even after they fill out the application, probably 50% of these people are going to go into the trash because we'll never talk to them. They're not qualified. And then those that are qualified, they've already raised their hand. They've gone through the screening process. Now you get on the phone with them and talk to them one-on-one. And unlike a lot of other sales processes, this is not a high pressure situation. It's an enrollment process because now what we want to do is find out their problems, what their goals are, what's been preventing them from reaching those goals, and basically hold up a mirror to these people and get them to see in the mirror that they need your help. And so this enrollment becomes a very simple process, and you enroll 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4 people, maybe even 1 out of every 2 persons, because they're already well qualified here at this point. And then you have a deal, your offer. And in this case, you've probably been doing one-to-one coaching and you don't have a lot of time. So we want to create a course of some kind that lasts about 8 weeks that you can offer to many people, maybe as many as 100 people at a time, in a very high value course that has a pretty high price. So you want to have a course that typically is at least $5,000 in value that you offer to people. And the reason I say this is because, number one, you're positioning yourself as an expert, and so if your time is that valuable, your the offer you have should be pretty valuable, and it should get the results that people want, the results in advanced solution we talked about. So here's where you can leverage your time. Imagine enrolling 100 people every month or 50 people every month in a $5,000 or $10,000 course. Okay, you can see where this starts to generate some real revenues. And now a lot of online courses, you just have some videos. Well, you want to have some engagement with people as well. So we will teach you how 1 or 2 times a week you get on a Q&A call with your prospects. Also build a Facebook group where the people get to engage with each other and start to post their successes. Once they do that, you will see a growing snowball of success. And people that go through this and after 10 weeks they don't have successes, you basically kick them out of your Facebook group. You keep the people that are successful so the new ones coming in can see the success. And so it starts to snowball. You build a tribe of followers. And those people that are successful, that are making a lot of money from what you have taught them, you can upsell them later on after 10 weeks into something else. We teach you how in this course to build an upsell at the end of this course for those people that have succeeded. So let's go through this. Why does this work? Number one, it's highly focused on one target with one offer. Okay, that's very, very important, and it keeps it very simple. Number two, it's inbound. So from the very start, your position, you're not having to feel like you're going out there and begging someone to talk to you. People are actually raising their hand from the very start. Okay. Number three, the laws of demand and supply are in effect here. So if you create enough of a demand for your time and the supply is limited, then the value of this course becomes much higher. And finally, number four is this is really scalable. So you can start with, creating 5 people a month in your funnel, then increase it to 10, 20, 100 or more. So you can scale from 50,000 to 100,000 to 300,000 a month very, very quickly, simply by putting more traffic in the beginning of this funnel. So we primarily do this with Facebook ads and highly targeting the type of ideal client you want. And we're constantly revising this so we know the numbers. So we spend $5 to $10 to get somebody to opt in. We spend maybe $20 to $30 to get somebody to watch the video, $75 to $100 to get somebody to apply, and $200 to get them on a call, and eventually $400 to $600 to get them enrolled. And you can see if you spend $600 to enroll somebody in a $6,000 course, you have a 10x investment. And this is all done from cold contact to client in a 48-hour time period. You don't schedule meetings 2 weeks out in advance. You schedule within the next 2 to 3 days of your ad. So we don't even allow people to schedule a week out. It's only people that can schedule right now. So It's very time sensitive. Um, People book their strategy session. If they don't fill out an application within a certain time period, we see they're not action takers, they get thrown out of the funnel. This is all, there's a lot of good psychology in this whole process, so that people really are, they're actually begging you to help them by the end of it. And it's very, very powerful stuff. If you have a proof of concept that really works, that gets people a result in an 8-week time frame, you will be very, very successful at this, and you'll make a lot of money at this. So again, this is for people that, you're good at what you do. You're very time limited because, you're doing this a lot of one-to-one. Maybe you're doing a lot of speaking or networking or other events, and you're not leveraging your time. So here's a way to leverage your time. This is all highly automated, so there's a very, very low, very high margins involved, very low maintenance, okay? And it's all highly automated. We use a lot of different software platforms, from Infusionsoft to Schedule Once, and we use Stealth Seminar and Wistia. There's a whole bunch of these things. We mesh all this together to create this system for you, and it's very complicated to set this all up. So we set it all up for you, and once we get it running, we're optimizing the funnel, the traffic that's going into this with Facebook, and we can add Google Display Network. We know that as well, and we are coaching you about how to optimize your webinar and your video and your course information so that you're getting better and better results. So this is a very iterative process using 80-20 principles. If you've ever heard of 80-20 principles, we always use that. And that's how this works. So basically, imagine you spend $10,000 in advertising, you generate $100,000 in business every month. This is how this system works. If this is something that interests you, you can apply. Go to go.digitalmarketingreturns.com/apply and put an application in. And I'll see if you're somebody I can work with and build this funnel for. And I look forward to speaking with you.